That's right, peeps. We're live on the twitch.tv/the Camman50 in chat says yo-yo. See, Sprady says afternoon. Floyne's there with bananas. So, Soundwave Hope, thank you for bananas in chat. Means that we're live. I can see that I'm live on the other screen, so all is good to go. And once again, it's frantic. My days are frantic. Well, they're not frantic. They're jam-packed. I just do one thing after another. And then I come to stream and I'm like, oh yeah, what's the plan? But I know what the plan is. I just haven't really thought about it too much today. I'm going to be working on the Wastelands, which is pretty simple and straightforward, right? However, kind of wanted to work on a few other things too. Like the Nether Hub, that was one of them. Some of this stuff is just junk at this point. Yeah, and some stuff I just don't know where to put it in our little storage system. More brick! Welcome to the chat. And to all the other peeps saying hello as well. I don't know why I picked you out, I just singled you out saying good evening, X and chat. Welcome, my dude, welcome. Camman50 has subscribed for 2 months. So has Amiga Ocean. The Lucky John 13 for 5. Legacy 642 for 41. Oh my goodness me, 41. We also had 2 new Patreons sign up. Kirk and Stonergale. Thank you ever so much for signing up to Patreon. That'll get you access to the Let's Play Minecraft Together server, which has been very active as of late. I keep meaning to like pop in during a live stream or something, but I haven't properly planned that out yet. But it's something that I hope to do. Yeah, so I think I'm going to take some cobbled deep slate and actually just start off in the Nether. There's something over there I've been wanting to do, and this is a material I've got a lot of that isn't part of my build palette. I kind of just want to open up the place and put a roof on things a bit. Chano Maru, thank you for 11 months. Appreciate it, my dude. You got a tea today? I don't actually. It's getting a little warmer here in the UK, and especially today. Do you know what? The leaves are cool, but like they'll get blown up by a gust, and you'll regret that. That'll happen at some point, you know it. Yeah, it's getting warmer, and just before I started the stream, I was like, I actually can't be bothered to make a cup of tea right now. Oh my god! Oh my days! Ah! Heart attacks! They happened. Jeez, I thought I just filled all of that in. Oh, now I'm getting shot at. What a great start. Oh my word. I managed to fall into like the one whole gap that I didn't actually fill in. Great. Great, great, great. God, that gave me a heart attack. Whew, and some of you in chat as well, by the looks of it. Rightio. Mario101, thank you for the prime. Appreciate it, my dude. Appreciate it. No iced tea. I don't drink iced tea because when you buy it, it's loaded full of sugar. Absolutely loaded full of it. I can't believe... The iced tea that I've had has been so sugary, it's literally ridiculous. Literally ridiculous. Yeah, I had another interesting day of doing my routine. I felt so bloated when I first ate. I'm finding that when you fast for extended hours, like your body gets really comfortable with that, and then you eat and it's like a bit overwhelming. So yeah, here's what I think we need. Maybe it'd be better to have a 3 high roof. I don't actually know. 2 high will stop the magma cubes from jumping around as much. And then torches will hopefully slow down their spawn rates, because I know they spawn in these sort of light levels. Let's go ahead and rip some of the tuff out. Holding shift because we might have some holes again. So yeah, this is all about just opening up the hub so it's easier to move around a bit and make it safer too. Oh, there's a hermit. Tango's in the area. Does Tango still plan on making the Nether hub?
Peekaboo.
Oh, there he is right there. Hang on. Oh, he's going already. I'm muted. I'm sorry, Tango. Thanks for popping by. Why is it so hard to find regular iced tea? It's always sugary and flavoured. Grrr, says Gross Jr. They're probably the easier products to like move around and sell, right? Like preservatives and sugar and all that stuff. Just kind of goes hand in hand. And then what you're looking for is like the authentic stuff. It's like that with coffee, right? As I've recently learned. So yeah, no reason, you can't hit me. No reason to really change the ceiling back there. This is all janky anyway. You know what, I've immediately just realised something. This is going to be slow to mine later on when Tango has to rip it all out. Because there's no instant mine for this stuff. And I kind of want to save my stone for the wastelands. So I think what I won't do is too much more of this, actually. I think I've just dissuaded myself from doing too much more. We need to make what's currently here a little safer, of course. And Sally Ann123, thank you for 76 months. That is greatly appreciated. Evil X in the chat, in the house, in the his house. Whose house is it? It's his, apparently. There we go. At least this bit here will be somewhat safer, you know. Extremis, thank you ever so much for the Prime. The Zach J, thank you for the Prime as well. Appreciate it. What are your thoughts on the new Goat Hawk sounds and variants? I like them. They're very jazzy. I feel like you know, it's effectively the first instrument in Minecraft, right? But what I think the missed opportunity is with the goat horn is that it should be about communication with other players. And the current sounds don't feel like communication tools, right? But that's potentially what they could be. This was my ladder, by the way, and I no longer use it. So, like, what you can do with the goat horn is have some recognizable jingles that say, like, attack, defense, hello, goodbye, you know? And it can kind of introduce a form of communication that's musical into the game. That's kind of what I thought it was going to be at first sight, and then it turned out to not be. And I think it's a bit of a missed opportunity, really. Quite the missed opportunity. The new headphone sounds are amazing, says Dog Zorrel. There are no new sounds, it's just a 3D sound engine. I couldn't hear a single thing different with it, really. It just sounded the same to me. Might take a bit of time to get used to. We've got noises in the ear. We've got Celestial Moss here with some cheers and biddies. Thank you so much. No message with that one, but I appreciate it nonetheless. We've got Licky Sticky Icky here for 30 months. Thank you, Licky Sticky Icky. Slow day at work, I might get to watch a stream. Cool. Hopefully we'll have you in for this one. Cat PNGs, thank you for 8 months of your support. Greatly appreciated. Okay, I was actually trying to leave that open now that I think about it. How's your day going so far? It's going great. It'll be busy. Dusk to dawn. You know, I've been non-stop at it, and that's what I like, really. I like to be busy, just as long as I don't get overwhelmed by it. And I haven't been overwhelmed today. It's because it's the beginning of a new season, and unlike last season with the kind of looming aspect that it was most likely going to be a short season, I'm really enjoying taking the early game kind of slow, and also thinking ahead to the late game. I've got some really interesting ideas for later on building up now as well, and I just feel like it's back to a normal long-term Hermitcraft thing, right? The short thing doesn't work, in my opinion. Like, Hermitcraft's always had this reputation of, like, being about the long game. And I feel like it's great to get back to that. Right, so this little bit here has now been taken care of. It's a bit more open and friendly between these little spots. I could effectively do it again here for the end. It all adds up in the long run, all these little short deviations. And yeah, you know, I don't know what Tango's plans for the Nether Hub are, but I'm gonna guess, like most Nether Hubs, it's gonna end up being some form of like big area that you just traverse, right? It tends to be how we do it on Hermitcraft. Don't know if this area is used for traversing for either, but there you go. So I wanted to do that, at least in this area. And then these things are kind of direct. I think we'll probably leave it at that for today. That's all I've got the energy for. I don't know who's doing this. Like taking blocks out of the ground and replacing them. Yeah, this is a little better, a little more central now. There's also like not a lot of signage. Or maybe I just didn't put a sign down. Just a suggestion, Tango likes Blackstone if you don't want to put up Deep Slate. No, yeah, like I'm putting... Okay, so all of it's temporary, right? And just because Tango likes Blackstone doesn't mean that's going to be part of his Nether Hub design. I don't even know what he's going to do for the floor or the ceiling. This is temporary. This is about just throwing some blocks down to make it safe. And I just wanted to open up that middle area because I'm constantly traversing these like awkward little walkways and it just feels like it could be open. So let's type, let's just call it the Wastelands. Which, by the way, was actually initially a Season 1 project. One that I really enjoyed. Dang, it's something we could do on this season again. Like, out in the desert, the idea was to have, like, this little decorative area and then a means to drop off, like, your items into a minecart. So you mine the sand, chuck it into the minecart, it goes and gets stored. That doesn't really work anymore because we've got shulker boxes. But back then, you had an ender chest and no shulker boxes. So... like, you had to take a lot of trips back and forth, so you would use minecart rails. I kind of miss that aspect of the game. I do feel like shulker boxes are amazing, but combined with, well, just your inventory space, they sort of eradicate the need for other methods, I guess. Right, so as always, we chuck some of the junk back in here. I want to get all of my Wastelands bits and bobs together, I guess. Although, as I understand it, we're not sleeping at the minute. Which might make it dangerous to be outside. Becca11, thank you for gifting a sub to Jarchu. Appreciate you doing that as always, Becca. Jarchu, be sure to say thanks in the chat. Deb Bunny has subscribed with the Prime. Echo Tex here. For 2 months, we've got the Thinky for 10 saying I was reluctant to share this resub thing because it's a gifted sub. But I thought I should use it as an opportunity to celebrate the amazing, welcoming, generous community you have here. We do have a wonderful community, and I thank you all for being a part of it. You know, gifted sub, Amazon resub, whatever it is, you're always welcome to share a message. See, Black Owl, thank you for the Prime. I don't always read all the messages. You know, like sometimes there's a lot going on. I always appreciate them, but yeah. I guess I could ask Rian for... That mangrove wood is so beautiful, says True Pat. It's really nice, actually. I was really happy to see that they changed the initial colour. I think they got a ton of feedback just saying looks too much like jungle initially. Xisuma, do you like fiction movies? Says Wizard of Dark Arts. I'd just like you to think about what you said. Fiction movies. As if a movie is anything but a fiction, right? Okay? Based on real events. Based on a true story. It's still a fiction. A lot of how we... Oh, what's going on there? I thought someone else was sleeping through the night. A lot of how we... Trow says there's non-fiction movies. Think about it. It's a movie. Like, it is... I know, maybe I'm being a bit pedantic or something, but like... Think about what it is. You know, a movie can't be true because it's an interpretation, an artistic vision, etc. Like, I'm not saying that to be an arse. It's more of a case of just think about what that means. So often do we inform our world beliefs, our understanding of history through the lens of cinema. That can be a good thing. That can be a distortive thing as well, right? I think what I want to do is build out some contours for this next part. So I kind of want to preserve a underground space here. Just for the sake of having like less spaces to dig out sometimes, I think. Karma Curry, what a great username. Thank you for the Prime. And the Black Owl, oh, we read that one already. Yeah, speaking of curry, as you know, I'm officially a curry addict. I'm gonna up my my curries to twice a week. I love them so much. They're so good. What was it I was listening to? So there is this guy called Sadhguru. I'm possibly butchering his name. That I just recently learned about, and he's an interesting character with some interesting things to say. And I've been, checking out a few of his videos, finding some interesting ideas and whatnot. And there's a video of him discussing Indian cuisine and like the shape of it and what they need to do to like make it better and whatnot. And I was just like, every time he's like, Indian cuisine is like some of the best in the world, I was like, yes, preach, preach. It's great. We need more of it. I learned something recently which I think tied into what he was saying. So I found this amazing video on YouTube about the history of spices and their role in the world. And I did not realize this, okay? It's absolutely fascinating that spices are sort of a self-defense mechanism against herbivores, right? So think about how spices are strong and they come from plants. Those are actually toxic to small herbivore creatures, but they're not toxic to us. And I believe the implied thing there is that there's actually a lot of health benefits that come from having spices in food. Now, I can't really confirm that. This is only like a fresh and new idea to me. It's an interesting idea. It's another one that enforces my curry bias. So, take that with a pinch of salt. But yeah, supposedly there's like quite a bit of history to our evolution that involves spices and whatnot, and our tolerance to them. I found it deeply fascinating, especially like where all the different places in the world that spices come from. They tend to come from the below the equator, sort of the hottest regions on the planet. And then it got me thinking about what are my favorite cuisines, right? Like, I absolutely love Mexican food and Indian food, and these are heavily spiced. And then over here, traditional food in Britain is not really spiced. And in the video they made a comment about how cuisine from Britain is terrible. Now, if you don't like our fish and chips, I'm completely fine with that. I don't think there's anything that great about fish and chips. Anyway, it's got this idea churning over in my head that is consuming food with spices in. Like, are spices generally healthy? Are they a good thing to be consuming then? Like, they are toxic to small herbivore creatures, but like, your body consuming that stuff may be, activating its immune system, etc., etc. Just sounds, in concept, kind of sounds plausible, I guess. Have you tried Brazilian cuisine? Unfortunately not. Brazilian cuisine has really evaded me. I probably had like something here or there, but for the most part I know little of Brazilian cuisine. Indian food available in the UK is not spicy as compared to India, says RV Bindal. Yeah, that might be so. And I was pleased to hear in the video that I was watching with Sadhguru that he said that in the UK, like, the Indian cuisine is pretty good, but he was talking about how it was really poor in America. And I thought, oh, that's good. I've always got the impression that what we have over here is decent. But like, I would love to visit India and have some authentic like street food there. And the one thing people say about it is that it's gonna like ruin your guts or whatever, because the hygiene there is just completely different. But in my mind, hygiene is like relative. If you grow up in a different hygienic environment, your body's gonna be able to adapt to that, or something along those lines. So I'm not massively concerned about that. You probably go over there and get sick for a few days and then hopefully get used to it. Vashi says you'll love the street food. I'm sure I will. I've been watching videos of it on YouTube and I've just been like, damn, this looks so good. And it's all like so much vegetables. I love it. Pashki, thank you ever so much for 5 months. Brassy Adam, thank you for subscribing. Appreciate it. Jay Parano says, yeah, come over, you'll love it. I'm sure I will. Some spices are pretty healthy and some do things like ginger for the immune system and turmeric helps in inflation. Yeah, so like, I'm not sure I'm going to use the right term here, but like, actually no, I'm pretty sure I'm going to use the wrong term, so I just won't use it. But like, you know how there's like these little ideas that tend to get around, like, oh, you know, put a bit of turmeric in your food's good for you and all this, and oh, the properties of this food or that spice is good for this thing or that thing. There's loads of little tales like that, and I've heard quite a lot, anecdotally, around spices. Oh, you should have this spice, it's good for this thing, it's good for that thing. Like people said, inflammation and whatnot. How would that fit into your keto regime, says Mara206. Oh, well, I don't have a keto regime, so that's how it would fit in. My diet is flexible. It's about trying to gear what I eat to work for me. It's not ideologically driven. It's more like how it makes me feel and whatnot. So I do generally try to gravitate towards eating more fat than carbs, but it's not purely ketogenic. Right, so I'm not sure how much further I want to extend the wastelands. I kind of like the idea of having a lush garden in front of here, like a pathway, and then loads of trees on either side. Maybe that's something we could focus on today instead of the wastelands, actually. The wastelands is a little bit dull sometimes. So let's put in this one here as perhaps like the final edge of the wastelands. And then maybe we could have a look at the space in front, change it a little bit. Could be good. I may have sent the wrong tweet for the stream. It's for the next HC VOD. What? I never actually tweeted... Oh, that's really weird. Wait, what is going on my Twitter? That's bizarre. So... it looks like the tweet that I sent out to go live didn't tweet, but something else. Oh, I see. I'll have to reschedule that. Okay. Thanks for letting me know. Let's make a note on the PC. Okay, there we go. Made a couple of notes. Good, good. Yeah, very odd. So, that tweet was supposed to be scheduled for tomorrow, and what's annoying is that I like double, triple check that because I get paranoid about it. I'm always like, make sure it's on the right. Yep, it's definitely Friday. There you go. Set it for Friday. Comes out Thursday. I don't know what's going on. Don't know what's going on. Right, so we got yeah, all this space here set up for the wastelands to expand into. I kind of want to make it clear to other players though what we're doing here. So I'll put in a few blocks here just to suggest that it also moves in this direction. I kind of want to take over like a lot of this space, and I spoke to Scar and he said, actually I don't know if he ever replied to me now I think about it. That over there is spoilers. So all of this I want to become part of the wastelands too. Yeah, so I think putting in a contour leading over to here is probably a smart idea, just so it's sort of obvious what's going on. And then Iskal's got his path here, so we'll stop there and start again over here or something. Because as you can see, it's gonna like wrap round into this space, which is pretty much going to stay as is. And if you've seen our previous live streams, you'll know what this thing is anyway. There's now tons of kelp growing in it, actually. That's super interesting to see. Again over here. Oh, do you have a stone generator for your stony needs? I might need that. Great suggestion. I never really build a stone or cobblestone generator. What I tend to do is a lot of digging underground, and that gives me what I need. So I plan on putting a building here. I've got something planned for the tower that goes up there. There's also a basement area that needs some work. Yeah, a stone generator is not a bad shout. I'm going to write that down. Might actually need to take advantage of that. What is it about the medium of film that makes you think it's unable to be non-fiction? Do other forms of media suffer from the same issue in your eyes? Okay, so to like, okay, that's a great question. Film, as in movie, as in entertainment, no matter how, for the most part, no matter how, based on true stories or whatever it is, it's always a fictionalization, a drama. It's maybe trying to tell you about truth, but it will always be through the lens of recreation. Some movies are way more towards the documentary spectrum, and I'm like splitting hairs here deliberately because it's good to think about this. We all understand that a documentary is there to inform us of the truth, and we need truth in our life in order to navigate it and understand it and get along with other people. But real truth is more elusive than you think. A lot of life is having ideas in your head rather than a physical understanding of things. Maserati, thank you for 58 months of support. Appreciate it. Feels like only yesterday your first sub. It was way further back than just yesterday. I can tell you that. So the idea is to just draw attention to the fact that that's the way that things are, because all information is, it has bias. All information is propaganda. Like, it always, well, maybe not all information is propaganda, but most news is. Like, even neutral news will have some form of bias in it. And like, that's not to therefore dismiss it all and say we can't trust anything. It's more of about being able to see things for yourself and to think about things critically for yourself, just because of the nature of these things, right? It'll open up to your eyes when things are less truthful than perhaps they initially might have seemed, for example. It's not about creating distrust everywhere or anything like that. It's purely about just giving you a way of looking at the world that makes you realize that nothing can be truly without bias and whatnot, and let you have some more critical thought for yourself about things. Like confirmation bias is a huge thing. It's easier to read an article that confirms your beliefs. It's more likely for you to go to a search engine to search for the answer to your beliefs, as opposed that you tend to not go, you believe that the world is round, is an oblique spheroid. You tend to not go and search for disproof of that. You tend to search for confirmation. I truly believe the world is an oblique spheroid. I don't believe it's flat, but the point being is that's how confirmation works. So flip it around. Maybe you believe the world is an oblique spheroid too. You flip it around and then you realize that people who are trying to disprove this are searching for disproof, as opposed to searching for information that goes counter to their narrative. And we all have narratives. I think what I need out here is dirt, but the grass will spread. I want to keep the grass. I'm like slowly building a picture in my mind and walking back and forth as I realize, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna need some of this. I need a bit more of that, and it looks like I've only got a little. Is there a way you can make gravel? I don't think there is. Nah, there isn't a way you can make gravel. You can farm it. So yeah, we can do that and get coarse dirt. I think we're gonna have to use that with a mix of sand. So I'm kind of picturing the path as a bit of a blend. We'll probably need this around this area. It's not going to stay entirely like this. I've got some really cool ideas actually for how this is going to go. Use a hammer on cobblestone, says the Thinky. Ah, yeah, that old trick. That old trick, right? I got ya. Got a noise in the ear from Cowboy Up, gifting a sub to Rinrod. Thank you, my dude. Appreciate you gifting the sub. Hope you enjoy the stream. I was just about to raise this side, right? Maybe our path here can respect the natural elevation of the terrain and not try to be so symmetrical. Possibly we can have it stay at this kind of height here. Yeah, we'll change this up a bit for one reason or another, but I like the idea of maybe respecting the natural difference a bit more. So at some point it comes down to that level. And then probably come down again. But we won't mirror it on the opposite side. That's the idea. In some spots we'll need to fill it up, right? But not all of it. Glad we decided to do this. I feel very of the moment inspired. Dang, I've now got a really full inventory. I need to start placing some blocks. So we need sandstone, we need the upside down stairs, coarse dirt and sand, and that's actually, that texture's covered, right? So cracked, we go with that. So I think our rules should be, this is kind of like snaky. Cracked will always be just like one on its own, and sand can be in little clusters like that. That's at least in the middle. So again, snaky little layout of this stuff. A couple of these around the place. And then, like, blotches of sand. This is where the coarse dirt needs to do its thing. It's not an easy blend. I feel like you probably want the path block in there, right? Now, this doesn't... it doesn't have silk touch. Dang. I can obtain grass that way. That's the other texture you need in this area. Have I got on any grass? Dang. Let's throw away a little bit of that, put some stone in there. Oh. Thanks for the reminder, chat. You can actually just do it on regular dirt. Oh, wait. No, that's grass. What am I on about? Aha, got it. Right. Cougar783, thank you for subscribing. Appreciate it. Also, to my mods, we're working on this thing. I've been on such a productivity drive. It's been driven by listening to these little mini podcasts lately about productivity and stuff. And I'm just looking at all these different areas where it's like, this can improve, this can be better or whatever. And it's fun, it's interesting. But my mods can help me with it. To any of you listening, feel free to use that chat if you see a really good message in chat related to something we're talking about today. Feel free to chuck in some highlights, right? Please recommend podcasts, says UCCL. At the moment, my favorite is the Lex Friedman Podcast. I listened to one with a guy who is... Now, I don't know a lot about chemistry, but this guy is trying to turn chemistry into a programming language, and the way he talks about it suggests that chemistry is more on an artistic side with how you do things. It's very difficult to create it like you would programming, right? Like binary. It's quite difficult to do that. So anyway, just absolutely amazing 4-hour podcast just going into all these just incredibly deep and interesting, fascinating topics. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. AxeKicker216, thank you for 12 months, saying 1 year hype. Thank you for an epic year of streams and thought-provoking conversations. Thank you, my dude, for your support. Appreciate the year. Hardcore History is a great podcast, says Julius Bullius. I'm subscribed and following it. I've yet to really be pulled into it too much. I feel like maybe it's a bit too done in a way that doesn't quite get me, but hopefully it will at some point. I've got one of the podcasts, the latest one on the listen to list, so who knows, at some point maybe I'll get into it. But yeah, Lex also did one with Mark Zuckerberg, which I thought was just absolutely fascinating. I feel like that guy just talks corporate speak. So many of his ideas and ways of talking about things, they just feel so corporate culture language. Not very casual. And the guy has a lot, like, baked into his company. Like, he's got a lot of reasons not to see the problems. And a lot of reasons to, you know, find the arguments that defend him. And that's not really a critique of the arguments itself, it's just that was my general impression. Rafi Warren, thank you for 25 months, 2 years, saying loving the new season, all the hermits building close to each other, and the random encounters is great new twist. Thanks for keeping the hermits together. Thank you, my dude. I appreciate the 2 years of support right there. Incredible. No, that's the wrong one. I've got to remember, like, we're juggling a whole bunch of different blocks all the time. Yeah, it feels nice. It feels quite nice to not keep these walls at the same height so far. That's working. This coarse dirt is like, you want something in between, which the path block kind of is. I think you're just going to have to take that as being it is what it is. I can roll with that. JJB Martin says, oh no, I dropped my biscuit in my drink. Glad I caught your stream though. That's unfortunate. Thank you, my dude. Appreciate it. I tell you what, I loved dunking a biscuit into tea. Something I do very rarely because I don't have biscuits. But, you know, when I was younger and I used to eat like that sort of stuff, it was a pleasure. To dunk a tea. To dunk a biscuit into a hot tea. Dark chocolate digestives. That's the way to go. If you want to play the dunking game, it's got to be done like that. I feel like a stair block or two might suit something around here. Let's get a bit adventurous with this and do it like that. Yeah, I need just so many like variety of blocks here. I need other ones too. I dunk Tim Tams in my coffee, says True Pat. I've never dunked into a coffee, but Tim Tams, I don't even know what those are. So ignorant. You know what else we need? I think we need just a little bit of that here and there as well. Not a crazy amount. Let's go back to what we were first doing, because we've been decorating up the sides. That's good. We don't want to lose track of the first principle that we came up with this thing. First principles. We're going back to first principles, peeps. In fact, I'm going to remove that because of this. Now that I've realised the error of my ways. So we have our big snaky bit of the regular sandstone. Maybe do a little bit of that as well along the way. Only a couple of these, right? And then chunks of sand. Sort of onside it. And that is how we'll achieve a pretty cool look. So that's the next bit of path that we've got to line up. I'm going to need more of these sandstone walls again. I'm embarrassed to know what Tim Tams are. They are the most awful, unhealthy biscuit I've ever encountered, says the Thinky. Oh dear. That don't sound good. Biscoff is one of those like really sugary ones that are stupidly delicious. So, I've heard you started drinking coffee, but have you ever heard of drinking a shot of espresso to orange juice? I've never tried it, but what do you think? I don't drink juice because, like, if you consume juice without all the fibre, which is part of the fruit, that's, you know, the fibrous content helps reduce your body's insulin response to all that sugar. I don't like how that looks, by the way. It don't look right. Don't look right at all. So I tend not to consume fruit that way. Like fruit juice. Fruit juice, total avoid. And it comes up a bit. I kind of want it to go down somewhere around here. And now we need more. Why do I just never make enough all at once, eh? Juice is just sugar, says Karma Curry. Exactly. Like, you're rinsing out all of the sugary stuff, right? And you're supposed to consume, like, an orange with all the fibrous stuff in it. So if you don't consume it with all the fibrous stuff... The other thing is, like, a glass of orange juice is, like, at least 5 or 6 oranges. So, like, that's a lot of sugar without the fiber to go with it. I think that might do in terms of length. We'll try and, like, end it up around there and let Vintage Beef do his thing. Yeah, we'll aim to just stop sort of here. And then this can connect with what Beef's doing. Maybe the wastelands will, like, populate some of this area, but I think... Actually, no, I got stuff planned for the other side of that. I'm really glad actually that this like little bit of inspiration hit me, because I've been thinking about like what to do over here for a while, and it hasn't quite struck me before. And then today it was just like, you know what, I can just go over here and build and make sense of it. So remember, underneath the walls, it's pretty much always going to be just a case of sand or coarse dirt, so we can get that bit knocked out pretty easy. I could use a little bit of rooted dirt. I haven't farmed much. I've got like 9 blocks of it. There you go. Is Beef online? I thought I saw a player over there. Beef is online. Maybe he's not in his area. Okay, so a few little connections like this, and then we can come back to the rest of it later on. Yeah, let's do the same on this side, because it's, you know, like working in batch tends to be much better because you can just kind of like get through that set of decisions, because we've simplified it. There's always just going to be these 2 blocks underneath, so we can get all of that done and then move on to what's after it. I say that'll always be it. There's actually other blocks that I want to introduce to the palette later that may become a part of that equation too, but one thing at a time, I think. So get rid of all of that and the blocks just up here. That probably means that a lot of this is going to change later, so let's get the first bit done. Cowboy Up, thank you for gifting subs to Poister Ho and Decisive TV. Appreciate you gifting the subs. Thank you as always for the support. If you hear your name being read out loud from a gifted sub, be sure to say thanks in the chat. Gusly Live is here with the Prime. Thank you, Gusly. Appreciate it. Rooted dirt is a lot easier to get now, says XJ. Is it? Because you grow the azalea tree and you get given 1. If you find an azalea tree, there's quite a few underneath it. But as far as I know, you're pretty much, you need to spam bone meal. Excuse me, mouth burp, and grow the tree. I've just had dinner, like literally finished eating and had to go straight into streaming mode today. Like I said, busy, productive, all that good stuff. I had some like lentil salad with some portobello mushrooms cooked in the oven with like cheese on them. Oh, it's so good, so good. Love the food, love the cuisine. Okay, let's do another batch operation. We're going to, let's see, go back to these materials. Actually struggling to see what's what. So we do the little snaky thing and bring it over here. We're gonna have stairs or something around here. More snaky bits of path, stairs. And then we're kind of at the end here, so we kind of probably want something a bit grand going on. What other stairs have we got? Let's put one of those there. Yeah, and that'll kind of be the end of it. When I say grand, I guess what I think is like, if you have it drop down by 1, it doesn't feel as like entrance-like as 2. We might also put like an arch or something over the top. That could work pretty well. So at this level, we are going to stagger the stairs, I think. Same again here. And then I wanted to use these blocks to just break up the flatness again. So Trying to work a little bit in batch. We'll put a few of these here and there. Do you still have a Patreon service, says Andrew Civic? I do. I do. And you can join it by becoming a tier 3 subscriber here on Twitch, or you can go to xisumavoid.com/getwhitelisted. On there you can find options that are instant, like using PayPal, or what's the other one? Oh, Twitch is instant, yeah, and then Patreon is like you have to wait to the end of the month. Oh, some good water right there. Hydration break, right? I wonder how many peeps are online right now. Last time I checked, it was like 20. I've been communicating with the community over there to like give this season like a much better like focus and launch. Yeah, there's usually around 20 people online at a time. As that's good for the health of the community, like letting people know that it's there, new people come along and join and find out about all that's going on. There's a lot of really cool stuff that goes on in the Let's Play Minecraft Together community. Cool, I also wanted to make another note. There we go. Hey X, what is going on with the YouTube vid? Says Owen Torres. I don't know what you mean by that. What's going on with the YouTube vid? Let's have a look. All looks fine to me. I mean, if there's something wrong with it, I can't re-record it. I'm streaming now. I think stripped oaks would look nice connecting on the walls. Oh, you're absolutely right. There's probably room for stripped oak in here. Without a shadow of a doubt. Oh, right. It still says LPMT2. Okay. That's a low priority update, Becca. I'll make a note, but that'll go on the to-do list for a rainy day. That's not something I'm going to take care of anytime soon. So yeah, somewhere around here we reckon that some of these blocks might look good, right? That's a great shout, great shout. That's going to help a lot with the transitional stuff. We'll come back to that. I say that, but we could start to chuck it in kind of already. Maybe occasionally use a top side, right? And then we've barely used it at all around here, which is fine. Okay, what do I want on my hotbar next? I've got a feeling... Let's just walk down here and... Okay, so we want slabs at some level. Right, that thing will convert. I'm not going to fuss about like those little details under there right now. It takes forever to deal with some of that stuff. Put one of those there, maybe a bit of sand. Then we need more slabs and stairs, that kind of thing. Get another log in, I think. What are we going to do here? Let's focus on the middle bit for a second. It's just getting a bit tricky as it sort of gets steeper. I kind of want to make it look interesting at least. And I don't want the pathway itself to like get too lost in things. That's looking more like it. X, what's your predictions for 1.19 release? I don't think Mojang should be in a rush, nor should we rush them. It's just nice to hear other predictions. I reckon it's going to be 3 or 4 months away. Be my guess. Possibly longer, but you see, the thing is, Mojang is supposed to be doing like 2 updates a year, and I feel like the last like couple of updates have been just insane amounts of work. And although the wild looks like a smaller update, because the deep dark stuff is kind of like there in one capacity or another. I've completely forgotten what I came back to grab now, actually. I think it was some of those. Because it's there in one capacity or another, it kind of looks like, oh, it's probably done, but it's not, right? It does feel like they've taken a lot of time with it, but I think they've just struggled with getting the game design kind of right for the Warden. So it might be some time before they finish developing that, because the way they've communicated about it certainly suggests that it's nowhere near being finished, even though we've seen the Warden in action now. It's not in the latest snapshot though. Again, what do have I run out of coarse dirt? Not yet, but I'm getting close to. Where's the sand at? That should probably be a slab there, and then a couple of... In fact, I think all of this should be slabbage. Yeah, kind of looks to me like you'd expect this to be part of the normal path around here. Yeah, it definitely feels like it goes a bit ski-whiff. Getting kind of close. I also totally abandoned that whole pattern thing that we were doing, as the whole area's gotten kind of different round the front here. That's kind of gone to the wayside. Oh, and then we got this bit here to do. So maybe the path feels good until you do hit this slope. It's still clearly a path though. Just feel like some bits feel a bit exaggerated. So maybe if we knock this back and just turn all of that into slabs. Feels at least a little bit better, that bit. And then same again here. That's definitely more like it, I think. Just gotta fix some of this stuff up now. Is that smooth sandstone? That's actually kind of something I want to use a bit more of around here. Oh, that's sand. Smooth sandstone. Okay, kind of getting there, kind of getting there. Oh, that's just regular dirt. Well, I haven't done that in a while, so there you go. Then we just got this bit here. And I'm kind of throwing together the last of this with not too many resources. So there you go. Bit chaotic, but we've got that in for now. Sweet. Okay. So that's the first part of the vision. I think I might end up tearing that down. It's kind of in the way. But we'll have to build around it for the time being, I think. I mean, everything there was temporary to begin with. So, leveling out this terrain. Because I'm going to put gardens either side of this now. And then on this side, it's probably a case of raising the terrain up a little bit just over here. So we'll go ahead and do that. Janie Laney has subscribed. Thank you so much for the Prime subscription. 7 minutes ago. I have just been completely engrossed in the game. I apologise for being so late. Thank you for subscribing. That happens though, right? You just get in the zone sometimes. I was totally in the zone then. No worries, cool. Any Duck. That one I noticed straight away. Thank you, Any Duck, for the Prime. Appreciate it. Is there something you'd really like to see implemented in a future update? Well, now that we've got the horn, I think they should have more instruments. I think instruments in Minecraft makes total sense. Maybe even a block that you put the horn into and other instruments, and then you can use it with redstone. I just think that could just be fantastic. another way to express creativity. I mean, I know we got note blocks, but the thing with note blocks is they're already extremely flexible. Like, that is essentially like the base component of composing is like a note being played. So to have more aesthetically attuned instruments playing particular sounds, that could really like just bring something to the game that isn't currently here, right? So that'll be currently what's on my mind for a future update. Blaine48, thank you for 7 months. Moment inspired, thank you for the Prime subscription, appreciate it. Xisuma 1.20, the music update, lol. That'll be awesome. Do you buy into the Warden bringing in a secret new dimension, says Jose Barrow. I both do and I don't. My thinking is that Mojang are most likely just being completely authentic with their communication. I don't think that they're going to like hide something that big under the rug. However, if they did, I totally welcome it. I just don't think that's what they're doing. And if they are, I think you've got to believe that the length of development is because they're also working on a dimension that they've decided we're absolutely not going to show anyone this. And they could do that. They really could. But will they actually do that? I'm not sure. I want more of these flowering ones, and I got a feeling that there's somewhere else in our base. Hey, we got Moment Inspired here with the Prime. Just Stray Cat is gifting a sub to Bobert17. Thank you for doing that. We also got Just a Stray Cat subbing as well. Thank you so much. Your streams have been keeping me sane during isolation. Thank you so much. Glad to be of help in some way or another. Isolation is tough. I personally was going through that. You know, going back 2 weeks, the first couple of weeks of Hermitcraft was tough. Things were going on in the world that were making it difficult. And I myself have found myself increasingly isolated as of late, which I've not enjoyed, obviously. I feel like we're over that hump now. And like the season is developing, I'm really getting into it, and you know, things are doing alright again. Wayward says King B-Dog's going to be adding the Aether out of nowhere, lol. I don't think Mojang would do that. I don't think they would go ahead and add pre-existing mod. Like, even if they kind of like reinvented it to some extent, it just doesn't feel like what they would do. There's this attitude, unfortunately, where people go, oh, Mojang just copying this mod. And if you actually look at what Mojang do, it's almost like that's not what they're doing. I feel like Mojang try to respect the modded scene and not directly copy ideas from it. The other thing with like ideas is that sometimes they're not even authentic, right? Like horses. Actually, I believe horses were literally, when first implemented, taken from a mod. That was a long time ago, though. But like saying, oh, this mod had horses and Mojang copied it is kind of weird because like nature came up with it first, you know, like that's who the modders were copying. Like this whole idea of framing stuff as like copying, and it's like it's kind of bad for creativity. It's bad for seeing how things in the world work. There is such a thing as plagiarism and direct theft and stealing, but that's not what Mojang do, and a lot of the things they've implemented are kind of like similar to modded, but they've tried to do it different. I think that's one of the reasons that the bundle kind of failed, was because they intentionally didn't try to do it as the modded scene had already done those kind of things, right? I think all of this has got to be raised up too, around here. It's like it's got to come up to that height, and it's got to come out by like 3. And maybe just like that. Always when Mojang added something similar to modded, they gave it a Minecraft specific use, says Mr. Evil. Sure, yeah. Pistons are originally from a mod. Yeah, if you go far enough back in history, there's probably plenty of that, right? I feel like though it's a more recent thing that they respect modded. Like maybe the horses were the last time they did that. I don't know. I haven't thought about this deeply before, but I have been covering and watching the game develop for a long time, and so you tend to pick up on some things, and quite often do they bring something that's been in modded for a while, but they do it in a different way, and I feel like that's part of them making a conscious decision not to just take something from modded. Yet, you know, you got the haters always finding a reason. Oh, Mojang are terrible. Like, I read my comments on my snapshot videos, and you'll be amazed at how many people find reasons to be really upset about new content. Oh, like there's always the, oh, Mojang isn't the... Sorry, Minecraft isn't the same as it once was. Everything's just a mod now. It's like, you're just giving yourself a perspective. You're just giving, like, you're framing it in a particular way, and it's negative, and it's just not very enjoyable, I guess, to look at things that way. Minecraft is greater than it's ever been, in my opinion, says Face32. That's the way I feel. I feel like the development of the game has been extremely well handled. I've been a critic of Mojang in the past. I think they definitely had some patchy periods around the time before they transitioned to being owned by Microsoft. I think Microsoft owning them has worked out for the better in a big way for the game. For the community to some extent, like there's potentially some valid critiques of some of the stuff that they've done, like the forced migration onto Microsoft accounts is kind of annoying, but you know. Those azaleas are asymmetrical. Is that on purpose? Yeah. That's just the way I want to start. I might move them because they kind of look, honestly, they look a bit ugly being lined up like that. But once we move on to the next phase, should make a little more sense as to what I'm trying to do. Very Good Games says, cool cape though. Well, they've downgraded the novelty of capes. They used to be like rare, and then over time there's been more and more ways to get them. I have a cape, and it's actually not visible right now. Why is that? Oh wait, that's not where you see it. Skin customization. Alright, so when I migrated my account, I'm guessing that something went wrong and the cape went off. I want to put it back on. So I'll put that on my list of to-dos. God, it's been a day of doing stuff, and like there's still this big list I'm going to have to handle. Aha, so we're going to put this stuff back here, but most importantly... Oh, it's right there in my inventory. Most importantly, I think we're going to start off with our first tree here. Right, we're going to have some of that going on. So the next one will then be sort of here-ish. No, I don't want it in line. That's a nice space. I like the fact that there's just a little bit of space between the two. So how many blocks is that? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go there this time. Yeah, that left quite a big gap actually. So we'll play a little bit of tree chopper around here. And we've left a rooted dirt behind, which is fine. I could use shears to like wrap this up a little quicker. I've got the inventory space, so yeah. The entrance is looking really great so far, says Zion XS. Thank you, my dude. Thank you. I think there's several more rounds of detail and whatnot to make this work, but yeah, off to a great start actually, yeah. Now, that needs to go further back, this tree. I've decided just now. It's too far forward, and it wasn't decaying because there was more of these to get. Would you like to compete in MCC sometime? Yeah, I wouldn't mind giving it a go. I don't know much about it though. It strikes me, a lot of those competitive things with minigames strike me as like, I kind of just turn up and play, right, and don't know what's going on. So like, I don't think I would be a good fit for it. Like, the Twitch Rivals thing, it's always like amazing to be invited, but I kind of feel like, you know, I just turn up and play and like, there to have a good time. And I know those things are kind of competitive at the same time too. Again, that has not spawned the way I would like it to. So maybe we let these decay naturally, because these shears are going to run out, right? We use them a little bit, we let it decay. I need to chop down the oak tree over there. So heading over to this side. Oh, by the way, ooh, that's gorgeous. We've got the right idea. That tree might be a little bit close, you see. So if we see that it's 4 blocks, what we'll do is we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, let's put this one here. Start that one off a bit further back. That's going to be in the way so very soon. I think I'm going to just tear it apart now, actually. Or at least half of it. Enough that it doesn't really interact with the tree that I want to have here. So, oh, that's actually a door. I'll leave that then. Yeah, trying not to fill my inventory up with too many different types of item. It's totally in the way, isn't it? I think I'm just going to have to face the fact that it needs to go. Yeah, let's just rip it all up and there'll be stuff on the floor and whatever. We'll figure it out. Hey Xisuma, if you could have one feature added to the game but remove a current one, what would it be? Reasons why. We talked a little bit about adding features just a second ago. As for removing them, there's probably some annoying feature like phantoms or whatever. You know, I think phantoms needs a bit of reworking. I'm not very good at those questions because off the top of my head things don't usually come to me very quickly. Right, let's go over here. Horse Dread, thank you ever so much for 9 months of support, my dude. Greatly appreciated. Hope you're enjoying the stream, having a fantastic time, and all of that good stuff. Thank you for tuning in today. Like massive phantoms during Halloween, one hit a kill. You know, phantoms can be spawned in at different sizes, and that's never really been a vanilla thing that you can use. So, the use for that would be kind of cool. Like, make it more of a feature, I guess. There we go, that's how I deal with some of that. I think just about to say, I think the chests are going to have to stay, and then I misaim terribly. Right, do you know what? I'm just going to put everything in the ground into here. Oh look, someone actually came by and brought some more terracotta. That's interesting. But yeah, this is clearly just junk now. That's all you'll find over here. Sorry, shoppers. Nothing but junk in the trunk. Right. What does it look like? Ah, again, it feels like the spacing there we got so lucky with. Rip these blocks out. What do you think of the new frog animations in the snapshots? I like them, but they feel well out of place compared to cow pigs. I read a lot of comments from people saying that they should redo the old models and stuff of mobs. I don't think they should. I think... Or maybe they should. I don't know. If they did it, I might look at it and go, yeah, actually, that's great. But my gut instinct is that, like, part of Minecraft's charm is its history. Things like the creepers are iconic. And so the new levels of detail they're bringing are good. But I think they can coexist with the old ones. But that's me saying it as like a old school player, right? That's more like it. That's really good. Looks a bit off at the front here. Just putting a touch more there. So then for the next one, let's go about here-ish, I think. That block's telling me it's the one. Yeah, I like that. Right, this over here did not decay, did it? Because we missed something. Oh, look at this inventory, I've got to go clean it up again. Dang, that guitar solo, yo! That's some shred. I noticed there are no packed mud walls, stairs, or slabs in the new snapshot you made, Xisuma. What are your thoughts on about... Should they add more types of packed mud? I think when they add stairs, slab variants, they need to consider how they're used with gradients and building in that perspective, which is why I think there isn't any of those ones, because they're so similar to the other one. It would be kind of like double adding things. And saying that, they've definitely double added some stuff in the past, so who knows. Why didn't you make your own trees instead of relying on the game's plan? Probably because it's quicker this way. Path of least resistance and all that. But also the azalea trees kind of look great, and they're kind of like what I'm looking for out of trees in this area anyway. So it's like, I could custom make them, which is not a strength of mine. But it feels like the game's already got an offering of something that works for me. So like, it's much better to do it this way. Okay, next one I feel like we've got to go deeper on it. So let's go here. That might have been a bit too far over. Let's go this way by one. Okay, now I can see hopefully the rest of them. Seems to be about it. Did we leave one in over here? Looks like we did not. So I tried one about there. Let's put it one behind. Yeah, that's again not close enough. Let's go here then. I'm going to try that spot. See, there's quite a few sneaky ones hiding up there, isn't there? Alright, there we go. Right, get rid of some more of these, and then that one's next. How do you stay motivated in a Minecraft world, says N16 Thunder. All of y'all! The community is what makes it happen. The other hermits, the audience. That's how you can sustain playing in a world so long, is that it's not just your world, it's other people's world too. Oh, that's like the one thing I didn't want you to do. I guess we could leave it in there just to break up the uniformity, like. So what if they connect that one time? Okay, the next one I'm going to put up close here. Huh, yeah, I'll have that. Okay, then one back here somewhere. That's terrific. And then this is probably going to be the last one. Yeah, that's kind of it. So now I've got to chop down those oak ones and then figure out this side. See, once we're going to moss up the floor, right? And then once we mossed up the floor, we're going to be able to think about like what details can we add to the trees and stuff. The whole thing's like a process. Have I got another log there? I don't know. X, when do you think your next stream will be, says Wayward. Peeps, hit the follow button here on Twitch if you want to catch my next stream. You can find out when it is by looking at the schedule on the Twitch page you're watching this on. I've got 2 streams for Saturday and Sunday confirmed, part of Hermitcraft livestream weekend. That path looks amazing with the greenery, says Ender Snow. That's what I was going for. I felt like we needed the path in the middle to provide like a beautiful contrast with the gardens either side. I feel like your response is the response I wanted to conjure. Okay, what I need is just shears, really. Did anyone benefit from the changes on the live stream announcement in terms of time zones? Like, we added in, like, in total it used to be like 5, and now I think it's like at least, I think there's like 10 time zones listed. We just want to make it easier for people to, you know, be able to catch the streams, you know? Simple as that. So like adding in multiple time zones makes a lot of sense, right? That leaf block totally popped back into existence out of nowhere. That will absolutely work. On to the next one. Right, I think I'm going to have this one more close. Let's go there. That works for me too. Right, so these trees, you kind of want to identify what ones you're actually trying to chop. And I can see where. This will speed it up. So we're getting rid of that one and then some of this. Oh, that was weird. There we go. Right, so now none of them touch. Will be good to take this thing down. To do that, we need to find the wood. Then hopefully it'll just start naturally decaying. Yeah, and then there's going to be a few bits like this that we need to tear out. Don't leave them hanging. Oh! Oh, the pun! The power of the pun. I feel like I'm finding another little tree stump down here. Here we go. This is why the shears are so helpful, because you can just rip apart parts of the tree and see what's going on. Feels like this isn't really decaying. But maybe it is. Yeah, surely we've got most of the logs, otherwise we'd see them, right? Excellent. Over the tweaks is something you worked on hard, but it is also a download available with your only your presets, as I doubt you do as all of them. Just asking. Yeah, the preset link is in my Hermitcraft videos, since it's on Hermitcraft that I play with them. And as for me working hard on vanilla tweaks, long gone are the days that I do much over there. It's now run by the vanilla tweaks team, as I am officially no longer associated with it. Obviously I use it, talk to them over there, etc, etc. But you know, it's kind of their thing now. Right, kind of looks like some of those leaves might have been suppressing the height of this. So we need more of them to decay, I guess. Next, I have a question. Why don't you guys already get some shulker boxes, so you manage your projects much easier? I would benefit from it, but I've been enjoying the early game. It makes you think a little different about how you play, and it makes things a little immersive. So far, it's made me play at a slower pace, which I've actually enjoyed, and it's been a little more immersive not to fly. Like, I think when I get my wings, I'm still gonna like play in my base like I don't have wings. Oh, that looks weird, doesn't it? Yeah, so I guess we're waiting for that to decay. So if we go over to the other side, we can start another part of this project, which will simply be to put in some of these blocks. Oh, dang. I just put the wrong thing in the floor. I could have swore I just selected a moss block, but apparently I didn't. Don't call it a derp. Oh, God. We haven't pressed that derp button in a while. I'm pretty sure that was a derp. Oh, they want it. Chat wants it. Oh, the derp fiends are out. I think they got one. I think they're legit this time. Totally legit. That was a total derp. Can't deny it. Oh, we've got an evil X here. It's Randy Nicole for 83 months. Randy, thank you so much for all you do. It's greatly appreciated, and I hope you're enjoying your times here in the chat. Thank you, my dude. Where do I keep the leaves? I sort of keep them in here, so in goes more of them, I guess, for now. Also, we may not be done with this, but I can... Oh, we got... Where do we get that from? Got a fair bit of rooted dirt from somewhere. Right, let's... Oh, I didn't get the... You see, I should be moving around with an ender chest on me, right? But I left it somewhere. Let's go pick it up. You can get some delicious spoilers. Some exclusive previews. Is there going to be any story this season, says Toxin? Not from me, really. Other than the story of the season. Thank you for always showing what music is on your streams. No problem at all, dude. Explants, 1,900 azalea trees. I wonder where all this rooted dirt came from. Shinny, I haven't spent my time digging up the rooted dirt below the azalea tree, right? So therefore, where did the 24 blocks come from? I haven't dug any out of the ground as far as I'm aware. Look. These ones have just been left where they were. So what I was saying is, like, how did that get there? Because while I've been out here, that's not what I've been trying to do. Where was the bit where I goofed? I mean, I know it took away... It looks like it were here. Yeah, I took away some of the leaves already. Yikes. I guess we just want to make these trees look legit, which they kind of now do. So I think we're good there. And in order to avoid future derpage, we have to do that. Yeah, so this is the bit where I think it might not look quite as great as I would have hoped. It's going to do that as well. Got to watch out for adding in back here at this level. I think they're all right. Just maybe not down the front area. And I can kind of just keep going one to the next in a ways. Yeah, knock that one out. Yeah, spreading it like this ain't too bad either, is it? But little gaps here and there kind of aids the whole thing. It's just a few too many, isn't it? So, with exception to having the chest there, it's looking good. It needs some sort of contrast, and this doesn't look quite how I wanted it to at the front. And I feel like having these trees directly above stops me from doing something like this, where that's on top of that one, that's on top of that. See what I mean? It all blends in too much. It's almost like the azalea trees are now holding me back from doing that, so maybe I need something different at the front there. Okay, I'm liking that. I want to put a bit more back here, I think. Like there is depth to what we're doing, so having this stuff spread back a bit is not a bad idea. Put another one here. And then like one there, and I think that'll probably do. Although it is a bit bare here too. It's a super easy way to decorate, isn't it? So looking good on one side, but the other side is far from finished. We also did not put in this thing wherever it was going to go. Looks like I tried it there. Let's put it one back. That'll do. Even though they're touching, that'll do. Bigger gap there. I think I'll have that though. We'll leave that. Yeah, so different kind of spread. And I think what we'll do at the front here is have one just there. Kind of like the way that went. And then do the same whole thing with it again. It's still got a ways to go, but I'm liking it. I do feel like the walls on either side could have been higher. Like I feel like the path in the middle should probably be a little bit lower. It's a bit late for that though. Kind of works. We'll mess around with the walls and change some things up here and there. Will there be different districts this season, says Leonidas. There are no plans for something along the lines of districts. None at all. Becca, thank you for gifting a sub to Land Snail Live. Appreciate you doing that as always. Thank you for supporting our community. And Land Snail, be sure to say thanks in the chat for the gifting of the sub. Right, do you know what I want to do next? I know what I want to do next. Oh, we never finished this thing kind of, yeah, going through its pattern all the way down to here. Thought I saw a skeleton. In the middle of the day? What? What's going on? Yeah, I want to stand up. Let's do this. I always like make up my mind that I want to stand, and then it's like, oh, I'll tell you what, I need to hydrate as well. Let's hydrate a little bit, peeps. Hydration reminder. Ugh. Good stuff. Yeah, I always decide in my mind, like, time to stand, but then I'm always like, in a second, one more block, one more block. Let's grab my standing mat as well. I adjusted my monitors again today, still trying to get the old, oh, hang on a second, I've still got my shoes on. I'm Ryan Austin says, did the Hermits agree to not rush the Elytra or something this season? It's a couple of weeks and still no one is flying around. It's not so much that we agreed, it's just there's a general sentiment and wanting to take it slow. We're essentially, you know, each season is reflexive of the one before it in some way or another. I feel like Season 6, we all came together for a concept of having districts, and it played out immensely well. And then, you know, we dived into having another concept with the shopping area, and we all moved in the same direction on that. And then with Season 8, our choices for what we were going to do differently did not play out as well. And so rather than create some big, elaborate idea for this season, it's kind of reflexive just to get back to something a little slower, a little more old school. And so I think that's just naturally propagating that people aren't trying to rush anything. We also had the incentive to like get off to a great start last season because it was a short season, so you kind of needed those things, right? So yeah, I find the way the season is going so far to be rather like a reflex to last season. Right, we also need some depth to all of this stuff. So let's get some patches further out, I think. Some of this stuff will come close to where we got the wastelands, so we won't go too far with it. And that, I think, kind of covers much of that. Hopefully Beef likes the arrangement here. I feel like we need to extend some details here. You can see he's got like a bit of a path going on here. So like there's no reason that can't come up a little closer. Then we can put in stripped oak logs and coarse dirt. So let's go grab some coarse dirt. And then we need to think about how we're going to change the walls on the side. Change things up in the garden. Like we'll do several passes with some ideas next. To just keep trying to elevate what we've got going on. I think I might want to hang some things from the trees. Is an idea in my mind. But one thing at a time, right? So, as I said, stripped oak logs. I don't think I'm going to use too much more of these blocks, so they can get nipped into there for now. Ooh, drip leaf might be a nice thing to... Ooh, and glowberry. Okay, so we've got a couple of ideas in the hotbar. There's others that I want to go get. So it was coarse dirt, right? So we got that. Rooted dirt too. Then where is my gravel? Here it is. Coarse dirt, plenty of that. Okay, now we'll go for some flowers. Lanterns from the trees would be nice. Yeah, the lanterns are like the metallic, right? I think they might look a little odd. But they might put them on the walls, let's say. I really like the approach this season that I've found. Oh, they're not here. Where did I put them? Where did I put them? Because like normally I'd rush to finish stuff like this, but I'm just kind of like following my nose more, taking it a step at a time. It's really good. Use glow like in. I don't think glow like. I don't know where I'd use it in there. Really, you might be onto something. I need a glow light. Let's put that on the list. I feel like a glow like in farm is such a small little project that can nestle itself into an area quite nicely. Tell you what, I need the toilet and I need to think about where I put them. So I'll take this time to have a little think. Don't go anywhere. If you do, hit the follow button before you go. I'll be right back. I didn't even think about where the flowers were. My brain just like totally turned off. It was just like, a moment of break. So, dang, where on earth did I put them? Like, I mean, I could just go grab some again, but now my brain's like, where did I put those suckers? Wait, they're probably... I tell you what, I think I do know where I put them. I need to eat. Watching X's stream with a hot cup of coffee is the best thing, says Shinny. Do you know what I did last night? Okay. I had a hot cup of chocolate. A cup of hot chocolate, even. I got a vague memory of putting them over here, but apparently not. Let's go just pick them up again. Wow, it does look good, doesn't it? So yeah, I've got this like super vigilance for like no snacks and all of that, but I just really fancied one. I had a real hectic evening making the snapshot video, busy day, just like I thought I'll just treat myself. Go on. See, I've got all this hot chocolate that I've stocked up on, and then I've decided not to. Oh, look, it does look good to hang them off trees. I've decided not to consume it anymore. So now I got it like in the cupboards, just thinking it'll go out of date. You know what I mean? Like I want to remove the temptation by not having any, but I've got a bunch. Anyway, it was really quite nice. Hot cocoa is good for the soul, says Shinny. It is. I'd like to drink some less sugary stuff though. I'm just very concerned about that. I want to chop it out as much as I can. And it might sound a bit pedantic and over the top, but my thing is, I don't know, like, you can eat food and whatnot that's purely like good for you. It can be tasty, it can be fun, it can be great, but it's proper food, it's healthy. And then there's things that just go off in the direction of treats, like these chocolate protein bars. I had one of those today, and you know, I'd stocked up on all this stuff in the past, and I don't like letting food go to waste, so I've got, you know, some things in the cupboard that I don't really consume anymore, like hot chocolate and protein bars, and eventually they'll run out, and then I won't buy that stuff again. But like, I just, in my mind, it's like, it feels like that stuff is temptation. So when you're out and about, like, and it's there, and it's novel, and it's a different day, then that's the time to have it. But not in your home, in your routine. Like, keep that stuff, you know, as best as you can, because that's your daily, that's your everyday, right? So if you bake in exceptions into your everyday, then they're permanently there. Because I always look at it like it's a speed dial, and like the middle is like, you know, average, and left is getting all the good stuff, right's getting all the bad stuff in. It's like you want to keep it on the left when you're in normality as much as you can. Keep it regimented and healthy. Oh, you can't put the glowberries directly onto there. That sucks. So, I feel like having some of these in the background would be nice. And since we haven't... Like, we've got... these two would blend in too much. That face is one way. So, I feel like the trick here is to probably come down a little further out from the front and just put a few like near the trees, sort of lower down here and there, and then hopefully that'll catch your eye a little bit without it being too obvious. So as you walk past, you get some little, that was not quite where I was trying to put it, little flashes of red, essentially it. Yeah, look at how they're just sort of in there a little bit, right? That's really quite nice. Add chain and lanterns on the azalea leaves. That's yeah, something we're gonna do. So I think I'll put these ones even further back. It's a little more open around here, and the slope kind of gives you less places to hide them. Yeah, it might be a bit bolder on that side, I think. That's really quite nice. I like that a lot. Gives a little bit of depth. Right, so that'll be the flowers out of the way. Now for the drip leaves. Not really sure where to put these. You can kind of put them anywhere. And then how do we farm this? Right, that gave me both of them back. So I think the best way to do it is probably to step over here. This gives me an idea. Like, how tall does that go, right? But... oh, do you know what? My idea doesn't work, but it, like... ah. Actually, maybe it does work, like, because each time you jump, it resets it, right? So, if I get more of a rhythm... look at that! Then if you stand still, uh-oh, down you go. That's hilarious. So yeah, these ones, I think, can just be, like, kind of anywhere, really. We'll keep them all one high. Are they... yeah, they're rotational based as well. So if I keep, like, pivoting, they'll have a bit of variety that way. Yeah, and we'll keep these ones sort of more out in the front. They don't add a crazy amount. I think the problem is that they're all sort of one high. And all the ones I'm bone mealing have something directly above. It's kind of weird. There's also the small drip leaf. I just realised I don't have that. In fact, when you put them like that, they almost look like they're sort of dangling down to the ground, don't they? That's nice, that's nice. We can roll with this. We can roll with this. Spooky Dokie, thank you ever so much for 48 months, 4 years right there. Incredible, my dude. Thank you so much for the continued support. Hope you're enjoying the stream, having a good time. And thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, let's leave it like that. Oh, I wonder if you could put something on top of it that just looked interesting. Don't know what that would be. Oh yeah, these, by the way, we've got blocks for the path here. I kind of got distracted on that front. So we want to rip out bits of, actually, we want to rip out like a fair bit of the grass at first. Leave some bits in because it is a transition. And then for the rest, we'll go like this. You could possibly just leave them in unstripped too. Yeah, we'll just keep doing this. Follow my nose a bit. Yeah, so like this side here, like there's a direct line there that's a problem, isn't there? I think what we'll do is use these blocks. Break it up a bit. Have I done that the right way around? I don't think I have. Oops. Immediately it goes wrong. Dang it. That's super annoying. So... okay, so I can't really... I have to deselect the shovel. That kind of slows me down. That's just basically the same as having it in the next slot, so that was weird. Okay, got to be careful going into that space. But yeah, can't have it just like, again, on the one line. And all these details, they will add up, my friends. They will add up. Okay. Should be pretty easy to see why there's quite a bit over here. You do need like a bit of a transitional phase between the stone and here, which I'll probably put more effort into at another time. But now, yeah, that's really good. It's the same with placing logs with an axe that are offhand, says Wordy. Yeah. Yeah, there are a few situations like that, I guess. Let's give it some of this and some of that. I need to drink some more water. My belly's rumbling a bit. Satisfaction says, is that a French garden? It's just a garden. I don't think it knows if it's French or not. I think it's a Hermitcraft garden. Yeah, it almost feels like it's just easier to use your fist than the shovel. Right, and then, a couple of blocks out here maybe. This is not too rigid. Xisuma, do you endorse France? I don't know what endorsing France would mean. Though when it comes to race, religion, nationality, I believe that we are all people and we have more in common than we have things to separate us. And thus, when it comes to matters of culture and identity and whatnot, I guess I kind of believe in more of a universal way of looking at things. Like, not seeing reasons for division or difference, but seeing that many things we share that are common, and that we should celebrate what's different too. You know, it's not that our commonality is the only thing we have. We have differences too, but we should celebrate them. There we go. That is really, really nice. So now I think it's chains and lamps, and then after that, I don't think I've got too much more to offer. Oh no, I do want to do something with the walls, that being said. Hey X, what do you use for inspiration with builds? Real places or movies? With builds, I tend to get a reference image. I find it very difficult to build without, like, some form of vision, and that vision doesn't really come to me. I have to like seek it out. So I tend to have reference material and then I like adapt things together from that. That's how I build. Today though, it's just for a while without really seeing anything, I've just had a picture of that garden in my head, so it's kind of come together in its own way. Right, that goes in there. Lance Vereda says, hi Xisuma, I've been watching your videos for a long time. You've been one of my favourite Minecraft creators out there. Keep up the great work. Thank you, my dude. Nice to hear that. Always nice to hear it. Hope you continue to enjoy what I'm doing. Oddity Dan says, tried a cold shower for the first time this morning following your recommendation. Felt way better after than I usually would. Yeah, man, that's awesome. That's just all that coldness waking up your body, getting your circulation going. Can't remember the actual name of the system. Like, sometimes it will come to me, sometimes it won't. What's it called again? Someone in chat will know. Metabolism is not it. Metabolism is more like digestion and energy through your body. Okay, there's a few coming in. Thermoregulation system. That's, you know, that's one. It's circulatory, yes. There's another word for your circulation though, right? Cardiovascular, there it is. I believe it's cardiovascular. So it like it sends all of your blood to your vital organs, because it's like, oh my god, freezing cold, protect the heart, protect the brain, protect the lungs, right? So your hands and limbs will get coldest the quickest in that sort of circumstance. Let's go with that. And then chuck that in there. So yeah, it gets, you know, it gets that going. It gets, it's like, it's in a way, it's exercise for your nervous system, your cardiovascular, like, you know, that kind of shock really like wakes you up at the same time as all of that's kicking in. So I highly recommend it. It also, because of all of that, just means, you know, like if you, the quicker you get out of bed and get into a cold shower, the faster your day starts, right? All that lounging around, some of it's rest, some of it's laziness. I tend to give myself a time based on when I go to bed. So if I wake up early, I'll lay in for a bit based on when I went to bed, right? Is it not night? It's just horrible, miserable rain, isn't it? So it might be like, oh, well, I'll lay in for a bit because, you know, it was a late night and I need to make sure I get sleep in. So you actually have to put the chain in to attach it, is what I'm seeing. Because you can't put the lantern directly on. I've also not really thought about how much I'm going to spread it out, so... This will be interesting to see at night, this one too. I think that's the last one I'm going to put in there for now on this side. Which means I'm probably going to need to craft a few more for the other. What level do you suggest strip mining at diamonds, says Tactical Tech? There's a video on my channel dedicated to that. I recommend you go watch it. 2 showers or 1 a day, says Matt Ryan. Hey, do what you need, you know. Do what works for you. Like, there's no rule to it. Like, I do 1 a day in the morning at the moment, and I think at some point I might end up...
Hello.
Hey, Doc's here. Streaming.
Hello.
Let's... Oh, no, wait, what button did... What did... Dang it, I pressed the zoom.
Hi, stream. I'm just walking about.
Hey, Doc.
Hey.
How's it going?
All good. Just walking about, checking out your crib.
Oh, okay. If you want to keep checking it out, just follow me through here. It might not be obvious, but like you can walk through all of the roofs. It's a bit weird.
Oh. Oh wow, okay.
Then you come to a whole new area.
Ooh. Nice. What you got going on here? Ah, bees. I see.
It's a bee farm, but I think it's one where the design will really intrigue you, because you know how like you normally need tons of hoppers and bottles? This one you can literally have run with just a handful of bottles, and it'll fill them up without breaking or anything like that.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool design.
The next episode?
It's already out. It's made by a guy called Ian Xo4, who has made a bunch of really cool farms, and I like this one, so I kind of adapted it and brought it here on Hermitcraft.
Cool. I'll have to check it out then.
Yeah, you'll like it. It's a technical one, you know. It's pretty interesting how it works.
Just inspecting the redstone with camera account right now. Cool.
Do you need any honey or honeycomb?
If you have some spare honey laying about, I'll take
Yeah, down here there's 2 chests. Oh, that's the other thing. It works with both honeycomb and honey bottles at the same time. It's really clever.
Oh, that's neat. Yeah, I'm gonna get me a few
Ah.
honey.
People are telling me that you're quiet on my stream.
Yeah, might have to. A few people said I was quiet in their recordings. I didn't change my audio settings. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, I can actually.
Weird.
I think you've been
Test.
turned down. I've turned down the channel from something else. Someone was probably too loud.
All right. No worries.
Hopefully it's better now,
What is
chat.
that over there? Test. Hello, it's me, Doc. Can you hear my beautiful voice?
Yeah, they're saying it's better now. So that slider was
Good,
turned
good.
down.
All right. What's that over there? Is that yours? Ah, Kelp Farm.
Yes, that's spoiler territory for me though, so I'm not.
Oh,
I've been avoiding it. It's fine. They know it's a kelp farm. In fact, I built the aesthetic part of
sorry.
it Oh, it's fine. I built the aesthetic part of it on stream, so most people have seen it already, but the technical stuff, like, I haven't really shown yet, but yeah, it's a kelp farm, you know.
Cool.
Yeah, my plan for this area is to expand the wastelands, and I noticed that, like, other people are going for, like, really lush vibes, so I'm saying, like, we need some contrast. That's my excuse.
Yeah, no, it's good. Also, it really grew out on the backside all of a sudden, the house. It's
Yeah.
clever. So actually here is the main hub. And
Yes.
this was just a wing, pretty much. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that's
love
kind
it.
of the plan, to have it, like, connect to other little bits and bobs and stuff.
Yeah,
It's cool.
it's really nice. Do you plan to sell the honey or what? Is this shop territory as well?
I don't feel that, like, interested in shops at the moment. I'm enjoying taking things slow and trying to be self-dependent. And, you know, we've done the shops thing over and over again. Oh, you got the slimes in. See, that's why I went for honey, because I didn't have a slime farm. Can I take
have a
those?
few. Yeah, yeah.
Thank you. Sticky pistons. I'm going to need
I
a
don't wanna-
handful of
I
those.
don't want to give you too much, you know. It's always this double-edged sword, right?
Yeah.
In the beginning, you want to help people out and blah blah blah, but you always then think, well, you don't want to do it too much. Maybe they want to build a slime farm and have some fun themselves. So yeah, a little bit of slime in case you need a few sticky pistons.
That's super helpful, actually, because I crafted a couple of sticky pistons the other day, and I was like, I'm going to run out of this soon. So, super helpful.
Yeah.
What did you think
No
of the entrance, by the way? I've literally just worked on that in this stream.
It
By entrance, I
introduces a
mean the
new
bit
wood.
you first walked up through, right?
Yeah.
Over there,
No,
the lush
in
garden.
In front.
Yeah. Where
Oh,
all the
let's have a look
azalea
at it.
trees.
I didn't really pay so much attention. I just came
Oh.
out of Elf Wonderland over there.
I feel like I failed now. You just walked through and it was like.
No, I
didn't
came
blink.
through here. I came
okay.
in here. So like
Got
this.
ya.
So. Oh yeah, I mean, you know, not gonna lie, I love the sandstone. Gonna see it a lot this year in my builds too. It's kind of cool. You know,
It's
I'm gonna
beautiful.
bring back some old World Tour vibes, and that is actually how
Yes.
we became friends back then.
Yeah.
You know, when we worked on the Kelp breeder. 10 years ago,
Sandstone
something
always
crazy.
gives me that vibe. Like,
Yeah, man.
I'll be building with sandstone and I'll think, oh, the world tour.
Yeah,
I reckon like most of your thumbnails back then had sandstone in.
Yeah, for sure, man. No, I love it.
Oh.
I love it. I mean, of course, the strip tier always goes great with the sand. I used it a lot in my sandstone builds over there too.
Yeah. I loved yours, by the way. When I saw it, I was like, who built this? What's this? Because it's just so, like, an odd shape, like, all organic, and
Yeah.
I was really impressed. It's a cool build.
Try to have it a bit unique. You know, often you see this typical style when it comes to organic. I mean, just the dark woods go nice with organic and so on. But I really, like, after the whole dark season last year, right, with all the prismarine builds and everything
Yeah.
gloomy, I really wanted something more bright. And I have to say, like, the sandstone combined with eco and lush also really goes great.
It's good, isn't it? There's good vibes
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. Gives me just good vibes. I just said it today when I recorded my video. I actually have a quick segment where I talk about that I just have nice, good vibes with the sandstone and the lushness of things.
Yeah.
I really
it's-
fell in love with the azalea bushes, I mean, and the moss and stuff. It's just
Yeah,
cool.
they definitely designed it to make, like, beautification easy. Because all you got to do is throw
Yeah.
down those moss blocks, bone meal them, and it's like instant gratification. It looks good.
yeah. The challenge is to find a build pattern with that stands apart a little bit from what everybody is doing, because I mean, it's
Yeah.
easy way, right? You bone meal and run through a bit, and it looks pretty cool already. Yeah, I've seen that people doing that too, like having those lanterns in the trees. That's a bit of a repeating pattern. Maybe we can make it a thing around the town here.
Well, I saw it a
Shopping
minute
district.
ago. Like, I was running around and I was like, oh, that actually
Yeah.
looks good. I'll do that over here then.
Yeah, maybe that can come a little bit of a thing, of a mini theme we have going on, you know,
Yeah,
here in shopping district.
I would like
It's
that.
gonna be cool, man. So far, I'm really enjoying myself this season.
Same here. I've found a groove, just loving it. Logging on every day, having fun,
Yep.
taking it easy. It's
Grinding
great.
it out a bit. Right, yeah, I'm also chilling, man. I'm not in a rush. Like, I kind of have 2 shops almost done. I will open them at the same time, slime and sand. I
Yeah.
think that's some
I just
some
shut
good
down
stuff.
my shop. I had a little hut over here, and I'm just like, I'm done with that. Let's close it down. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, a tricky part this season will be after the short season 8 to find a good pacing, because you know we obviously aim to go way longer this time around, right?
I think we
So,
got it. I'm already
yeah.
like doing projects and then thinking about how I can do them on a larger scale later. So I'm in the right place. I hope everyone else is too.
Yeah, I'm also thinking of getting there. I don't feel like, you know, in the beginning you always need to figure out the pacing, but I think I also nailed it now.
Yeah.
We don't need to rush anything, man. Things
They
like,
know
evolving
the big
naturally.
stuff is coming.
Yeah.
It's all
Yeah,
good.
but you know, there always needs to be a good reason to do big, right? When we talk about World Tour, I mean, form follows function, man.
Yeah.
You know, if you build big, you gotta put some stuff inside. So it's really, I don't know, it has a function that's just my groove. So I don't know how big I will go this season. I mean, the bigger the farms, the bigger the houses, I guess.
Yep. That's the way it goes.
That's the plan. Yeah. No, this turned out really great, though.
Thank you.
It's
Yeah,
cool.
I've been working on it all stream. I've actually got to like wrap up my stream now. We got a meeting in 10 minutes and
Oh yeah,
got
right.
a couple of
We
jobs
have
to do and
meeting.
stuff. Yeah,
True,
meeting evening.
True. Yeah, we need to, maybe we can talk about a street grid here or something. How we, maybe somebody can take care of laying out some roads, beat ups.
Yeah. He knows how to do roads.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. See you in 10 minutes then in the meeting, I guess.
Yeah, I'll see you in a moment. Take care, man. It's good
Later,
to bump into
stream.
you.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Later.
Alright then, my friends. We got Fracil here with the Prime. Thank you for subscribing, my dude. I think we were pretty much done on our passes. We might have, if we hadn't bumped into Doc, we might have... Oh yeah, the sandstone walls. They'll probably change by the time I reveal them. I had some ideas for... I'm going to write that on my notes list. That's the last revision that I wanted to make. Yeah, cool. That's going to be my stream because, as you know, we've got a meeting coming up. So, I'll pick a channel to go raid. I want to say a massive thank you to everyone who subscribed, resubscribed, donated and cheered. As always, I appreciate your support. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Thank you to all my mods, patrons, and all the peeps gifting subs. JBA Valsit, thank you for 3 months of support. Just coming in there right at the end. Let's have a look-see-loo. Scar and Tango are streaming, and Cub, but they'll all be coming to the... Let's go raid Sliced Lime today. He looks like he's doing some video editing. Haven't raided Lime in a while. Anyway, that's it. Thank you everyone for tuning in. And I'll see you all later. Take care. Bye-bye.